Yo, good morning, my people. What's up, world? It is Thursday, August 29th, and I want to thank my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ because with him all things is possible. This No Duck Zone episode is sponsored by Matchbout. Follow Matchbout Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. Matchbout, the best sponsorship in the land. Good morning, my people. I'm still a little out of it, so pardon me. Uh, It is early, and it's one of these days I did not want to get up this morning, but I lucked up and got me somewhere I have to be this morning. So kind of, it kind of was a good thing for me because I was scheduled to be somewhere in like another week or two, and I got it to happen for the day. So that's the good thing about it that it's going down today. So thank God for that. But I hope everybody's feeling blessed today. I hope everybody's feeling appreciated. I hope everybody gets to where they're going safe. Doesn't matter where you're going, get there safe. You know how these days can be. So let's get to where we're going safe. Bless everybody. Of course, we're gonna have our boxing talk this morning. As always, Throwback Thursdays. Uh, this guy's one of my favorite. And pound for pound, y'all ain't got him on y'all list since y'all always talking pound for pound list. If you don't have him on your pound for pound list, I don't know what you got going on. You really don't know shit about boxing. Uh, my brother Marco Antonio Barrera, man, one of my favorites. Not just one of my favorite Mexican fighters or Latino fighters, but one of my favorite fighters, period, man. So we're gonna dedicate this one to also to him. I've been doing a lot of heavyweights lately. I don't know why. It's just been a habit, but I've been trying to bring it down in weight. We did Gotti last week. We had did guys in smaller weight classes, but I noticed how I kept going up. So we're gonna also get to these smaller weight classes. Start talking about them. So let's get this going. All right. So we won't have to waste any more time. So for my newcomers, my regulars, everybody, welcome to the No Duck Zone podcast. Let's go. D Free, what up? Um, you should have the link, D Free. Yeah, you should have it. Yesterday, y'all. Let me tell you, me and the babe went out for lunch, right? And y'all know me, I had to feed Rufus. So I go out, let's go on Quay Quay. Hashtag Quay did it. So I go out, right? And B, what up? And she's like, order. And I'm like, okay. So I end up ordering pancakes and steak and eggs. But it's the steak that's chopped up, not like a whole steak. No, I sent you the other link, D Free. All right, hold on. Give me a second. Uh, this weather's changing, y'all. I'm telling you, I could tell when I start feeling under the weather, and you can't have too much AC on in your house, but the weather flips flops. So you think it's gonna be hot forever? It's actually not. Okay, y'all give me a second. No, I didn't actually. I had one meal and then I got out of there, Queen. I had one meal and I got out of there. We both did. Me and Tip both did. So yeah, we didn't. No, it wasn't that kind of party yesterday. It's just that me and Tiff, we haven't went out to eat for breakfast in a minute. No, it wasn't even a buffet. It was IHOP. Well, this one's not familiar with me, so they couldn't get too mad when they saw me, Queen. They never saw me before, but they might have to get used to seeing me because I might be back again. I'll definitely be back again. Good morning. The freeze. What up?
What's good?
Ain't nothing, man. Tired as hell, and this weather's flipped. This weather's like wishy washy up here.
I know I saw
The
it rain last night up there.
weather wishy washy. After yesterday, it being a heat wave, which I don't know how it was a heat wave, but it was hot, but it wasn't no heat wave. So I don't know where they got that from.
Yeah, it was.
93. I wouldn't consider a heat wave, but I lived in Alabama where shit it shot up to 100 and something. That was a heat wave. So, but it is what it is. How hot was
Hey,
it?
I saw you partying at the meet and greet. I had to send you the video. I was like, my man Carnes was partying at the meet and greet.
Miss Free, that wasn't funny what your husband sent me. I don't know if he showed you, but that was not funny. That was that was not funny. Okay. When he sent that, I was like, what is he talking about? I didn't even dance at the meet and greet. Then I had to look at it again because when he sent it, I was sleepy. So I'm like, what? When he sent it again, I was like, yo, this dude played absolutely too much. And I can't lie, I laughed my ass off. Boy, I laughed my ass off. I laughed for about 20 minutes straight. I couldn't stop laughing. Nothing.
Yeah.
I couldn't. What Quee said? Wait. Yeah, Quee. It's Rainless. Yeah, Quee.
Hey, I
No, we
appreciate.
not.
I
No, we
appreciate.
not. No, we not the same height, Quee. Jeez, you know. Okay.
I appreciate the invite for Lil Mike Tyson. That was a great interview we did last night.
Huh?
Lil Mike Tyson.
Oh. Oh yeah, baby girl. Um, I know. Your man. You know what? When I didn't even know she was gonna be on there. When I looked and I saw, I was like, oh, they got my girl on there. I was just in the gym with her. Yeah, a couple days ago when they did the. So they named the street in Brooklyn by Gleason's Gym. They gave it the name Gleason's. So now they have their own street. So I was just with her when we took that picture. We took it that day. Yeah, she's what you see on social media is actually what you get in person with her. She's a dope person and like she's really dope. And I tell people don't let that voice fool you because the girl can fight. She can fight. She just happens to have that Miss LA voice, but she can fight. She definitely gets down. So yeah, that was dope last night though. That was the first time I seen everybody's face though. Prize
Yeah, we
fighter,
we
I never seen prize fighter face. Marky Dan, I never seen his face. So I was like, who are these dudes? Until I read the names. And I was like, yo, I ain't never saw their face.
Yeah, we're gonna start doing that more often, showing their face because it's usually be just me showing my face. Everybody else be behind a avatar. I'm like, nah, yeah, I gotta start showing your face. So BBO was like, yeah, we're gonna start showing our face because it looks a little more professional when we showing
I
our
don't know,
face
but
doing these interviews.
BBO looked like he was ready to start in the new King Kong as King Kong. He looked a little,
Yeah,
yeah, a little. I said, BBO, that
I
that
told
is
Marky Dan look like the young BBO. Him and BBO look like they
damn,
could have been brothers.
damn. You
Marky
ain't right
Dan
for
like
that.
a young BBO.
Nah, it was a good look because you know how people always want to be like, I don't know what this person looked like. I don't know what that person looked like. Like we'll never find out what Picasso looked like. So that's just something we gonna have to live with.
Uh,
We'll never find that out. We'll never find out
yeah,
what
I
Paul
know.
Picasso looked like.
I know. Picasso. We saw him at your meet and greet. Here, a little butterfly.
You know what?
Here,
You
goddamn
never
butterfly.
you never quit, do you? Butterfly. You don't never quit, man. You 147-year-old vampire. Damn, how you 147? Jesus Christ. That's old, y'all. Come to think of it, that's too old. Yeah. Oh man, y'all all up on YouTube with this video. I just seen the Joy with BBO. Y'all got the videos all up on here. Oh, it's the shorts. It's on the shorts. That's cool. Josh Sanders, my brother. What up? Yeah, he had a birthday not too long ago. Oh, he did. Oh, damn! I didn't never get to tell Picasso happy birthday. I didn't know that. Unless you being funny, Quee. Low budget Blade is also what I call him. Well, you know what? Y'all keep calling him Blade a low budget Blade, and come to find out, Wesley Snipes is actually doing Blade again. Ain't that crazy? Ain't Wesley like damn near 60? If he ain't 60 already, or in his 60s, ain't it like that? But Wesley might be in. I don't know. I don't know Wesley. I think Wesley's like
You said
they. I
Wesley.
just
You said Wesley doing another blade.
yeah. I said it's funny y'all keep calling him a low budget Blade. I said Wesley finna do Blade again.
Because Wesley need to make up for the daggone money he had to pay back to the IRS.
But damn, how long is that gonna take him?
That
Shit.
nigga, he owed about he owed a rack of money.
You
He
know what
owed a
I don't
couple of
get? Before I know y'all saying boxing, please. Just hold on for a second. We're gonna get to the boxing. We're gonna get to it. What I don't understand is why when you know you gotta pay, why not pay? You can't
oh
duck. You can't duck
I
them.
sent I sent I sent y'all this. I sent seafood this. This is
What the hell is
authentic
that?
mumble sauce. Mumble sauce. Authentic
Oh, the
CT
mumble
mumble sauce.
sauce.
I sent it to seafood. He wanted to know what it do they have it in the store. They got it at the Giant here. That's about the closest that I've seen. That one actually tastes like the real mumble sauce from out of the curry out.
I thought you was gonna bring some of that to the event.
I, I was, but I forgot to grab it because we was moving around and then we left out.
Yeah.
Like I said, we left out at like 9:30 in the morning, and I forgot to grab it.
My thing is, Quee, I would say I can't wait for it to come out, but we don't know how Wesley gonna move. Wesley up in age. We don't know. He gonna have to be in shape like a mug, boy. I don't know how he gonna move.
I
What's
mean, well, Wesley usually in shape. I wouldn't doubt that he's in shape. He's usually in shape.
no? What I was asking is why these dudes don't pay this money and they know they be owing. You can't duck them. So what do you think you're doing? You just gonna be rich and then not pay nothing? Like I don't understand that.
Some people think they can get over, and some people they have they have accountants that they think is doing the right thing, and then
I was just about to say
come to find out they ain't doing what they're supposed to be doing. So
that's why Fat Joe went to jail for like 4 months
yeah,
behind that because he gave a guy, he thought was paying this, and I don't know. See, when it comes to that department, I can't just. I don't know. I don't trust people. I'd rather go ahead and do it my damn self, or I have
yeah.
my wife. I'd rather have my wife do it. One of us got to do it. I'm not putting no money in
Hold
nobody
on.
here. I can't trust nobody in that department because the next thing you know, you getting a letter and you owe this and owe that, and you like, damn. So I was giving you this and you were taking it.
Yeah, I
You were
do. I
basically
do.
taking it and doing what you want.
I do. I've been doing mine myself for the last what 10 years now. I used to
Yeah,
go to
I don't trust nobody in that department. I don't care
I
what
used to go
nobody
to
say.
H and
Oh,
R.
there go Marky Dan. Marky
Yeah,
Dan, what up, bro?
I used to go to H&R Block in Jackson Hewitt, but then I started doing it myself. I was like, once I learned how to do it, I was like, I'm not paying nobody else to do it. I could do it my damn self.
Yeah, I'm not paying nobody to keep a. I'm paying you to
And
basically make sure that I keep a roof over my head. Hell no.
yeah, and I seem to get more money back when I do it myself. So I was like, I don't need to go to nobody else.
Underrated. What up? I'm not paying nobody to
Uh,
keep. I gotta pay you to make sure I keep a roof over my damn head. Man, hell no, bro. I'd rather go
Mar-
do it myself.
Marky Dan, the young BBO was in the building.
People drop. That's right. Yeah. So let's get to what people came to see or came to hear, I should say. Marco Antonio Barrera. Give me your thoughts
The
on Marco Antonio Barrera. What did you yeah, how did you how do you feel about Marco Antonio Barrera?
I mean, he was a hell of a fighter. I gotta give him the nickname Nyquil. That's exactly what he gave Manny. He gave Manny that Nyquil. But
Yeah,
he was a hell of a fighter. He always came to fight. You know you was gonna be in a battle when you got in there with Marco. You was gonna be in a battle, so you gotta
yeah.
be prepared to go 12 rounds. I don't think he ever got stopped. I don't think.
No.
I mean, I don't think. Yeah, I don't think he ever got stopped. So you had to be prepared to go 12 rounds. Um, but he was definitely a handful. If you didn't come in there prepared, you most
Oh
likely
yeah,
gonna
yeah,
get
yeah, yeah,
snuffed.
yeah, yeah. You thinking of Marquez. Yeah, that's what he said
Oh,
when he said
Marquez. Yeah, I
yeah.
said yeah. I get them two mixed up. I definitely
That's
get both of
okay,
them mixed
because
up.
I've done that times and I had to catch myself.
Yeah, Marquez. That's Marquez that knocked out Manny. Yeah. But yeah, even still, Marco Barrero, he was still a tough individual, and he had his share of knockouts as well.
Yeah.
I,
Um
I that
he was
that
the first
daggone
wasn't he
fight
the
that he had,
first wasn't
huh?
he the first person to beat Prince Ahmed?
Was
Think he
he?
was the first think he was the first person to beat him. Because I think Prince, when him
He
and Prince fought, Prince was undefeated. I think he was the first one to take that from him.
he might have been. He
Yeah.
might have been.
I noticed after that we didn't really see Prince like that.
Yeah. I mean, Prince. He was trying to get. He was trying to meet the original Prince and get some new underwears for his boxing shorts.
You know what? This
He said he was gonna come to the ring with his ass cut out
oh
boxing shorts.
Lord, Jesus Christ, this guy right here,
He
B.
did. He said he wanted to come to the ring with the ass cut out boxing shorts.
Yes,
I talked to
he
him last week. He
embarrassed
said that was his
Nassim. Yeah,
plan.
he embarrassed. He definitely Marky Den. He definitely embarrassed Nassim. He definitely he embarrassed him in so many ways, man. That I think Nassim was so used to embarrassing people. But that particular fight, he got a taste of his own medicine.
Yeah, because
Why there was never a rematch, I don't know.
you know why it wasn't a rematch. You get beat up like that. You very seldom have a guy wanna fight you again. You beat
Yeah,
somebody
he
up like
whooped.
that, they very
Yeah,
seldom
when
want
he
to fight
fought.
you again.
Yeah, I thought he was unbeatable too, Josh. I ain't gonna lie. Because the way the things that Med was doing in that ring, I was like, yeah, it's gonna be hard to take on this little dude. You got to come with it. You see, Marky Dad said, you know why? Yeah, I know why. I'm just talking. I
Yeah,
wouldn't want no rematch
when
need.
you
I wouldn't want no rematch need after that.
yeah
I'm gonna keep it real.
you get beat up like that. There's very few guys that will actually go for a rematch.
But I think people forgot how experienced Marco Antonio Barrera was. You got to remember, he had his wars with Eric Morales, uh, Junior Jones. I mean, and the list goes on. You know, every time when you looked at when you looked at boxing after dark, I mean, this man had a lot of fights.
Yeah, that Eric Morales fight, that was one of my favorite fights from Marco Barrero. I wish they could have got it on multiple times, but they had their little discrepancies and they never made the fight again.
And now look at that today. They're the best of friends.
Right. They
Um,
definitely could have got it on it a couple of more times because that joint was epic.
yeah, it was definitely one for the ages, man. And I mean, so let's go down the list, right? Let me just pull this up for a second. All right, so so he total fight 75, right? 67 wins, 44 wins by knockout, 7 losses. I mean, it's not a bad record. It's not bad. You're not catching nobody in boxing today with that record. Come on, man. 67 wins. I mean, who comes close to that is probably Canelo with 60 something fights. But we don't want to start making the comparisons because people will go, do not compare him to Canelo. I'm not doing that, ladies and gentlemen. Everybody calm down. Y'all know what's so crazy, y'all? Not to get off topic, but just for a second. It's crazy how Free could call me Rufus, right? But he stay his ass up in the supermarket shopping. When have y'all ever seen me go live and be up in the supermarket? This is crazy, right? But I'm Rufus. My God. My God, my God, my God.
First of all, I be in the market shopping for my wife. I gotta make sure she eating right. Second of all, most of the time when I'm shopping, I'm buying healthy foods. I got solid dressing, boiled eggs, cucumbers, and raw eggs and some hot sauce. You want to see what I got? This is what I got. That's it. So I don't do
Yeah.
like you shop. You go shopping, your whole cart be full of daggone honey buns and ho hos and cupcakes.
Nah, wait, nah, hold on, brother. Hold on, brother. You ain't about to do that to me. That he don't have no honey buns. Neither do I. I ain't got no. Ask Tip when the last time I bought some honey buns in here. We don't even have no snacks in this house because we trying to chill right now.
That's because you ate them.
And Marky Dan, come get your mans in them. He free to keep a roll of coupons strapped in his leg. Marky Dan said you keep a. Hey, Marky Dan, stupid as hell, man. Last time you ate the whole box. Well, I
Marky
mean,
Dan,
I
Marky
don't
Dan.
need to.
Marky Dan. I don't shop with coupons. That's for people with low budget money. I got
Whoa, whoa, whoa,
actual
whoa,
cash.
whoa, player, whoa, player, whoa, player. Wait a minute now. Nothing wrong with pulling out a coupon or two. Freaking God, man. Disregard what he said, y'all. Nobody feel bad, please. These free loves hurting people feelings early in the morning. I don't know why. He has a lot to do.
And
But um,
Marky Dan still got those paper food stamps. He still got
see,
paper
Marky,
food
look
stamps.
what Marky Dan said.
He got a whole book of ones. All them brown ones Marky Dan got.
He said,
Marky Dan got brown ones and pink fives and stuff. He got all those books of food stamps. I was wondering where they went. Marky Dan got them over there.
he said the coupons I've seen some get $800 worth of groceries and only spent $20.
Yeah, there is a lot of people that do that. I'm just not one of the ones.
He said
I ain't
be
got
free
time.
over.
I ain't got time to be sitting here going through the newspaper looking for coupons like that. I just go and see what's on sale and grab that.
Mrs. Free, your husband is discriminating. That's
She
not
can't hear
cool.
nothing. She can't hear none of y'all saying because I got the daggone Bluetooth there.
You know why you got that on? Because you don't want her to hear what we about to say.
Nigga, I ain't got it in because I got them in because I was walking around the grocery store.
Why don't you tell her that you're discriminating against people with coupons? You gonna
Yeah,
make the
Monkey Dan.
coupon
I'm
Mason.
discriminating against Monkey Dan. Cause Monkey Dan stay with coupons. That's why he got them
Helping them.
daggone. He got them daggone shop right Adidas on right now. Got them out of the bench.
You know what? Yo, you ain't yes.
Monkey Dan, the
Oh,
only person I know that got tennis shoes that come tied together.
Marky Dad, fight back. Marky Dad, fight back, bro. Don't listen. I don't care if this is my show. Fight back.
That nigga Monkey
Like,
Dan
fight
he
back,
got them
bro.
daggone. He got on ponies. Remember ponies back in the day? Monkey Dan wearing them joints now. He wearing ponies and Oshkosh Begard sweatsuits.
I see ponies in.
He told
I
us,
see ponies.
ain't these Nikes? Y'all said the check mark. No, not those check marks.
He's
No,
who's scared
it's
to
the
expose the
swoosh.
truth of darkness to his woman and children that they don't know.
Nigga Monkey Dan told us, y'all said the check mark is the Nike. No, dog, it's the swoosh. It's not the check mark. The check mark is ponies.
Just like I
We ain't
said, I
rocking the
use all
ponies.
my BJ wholesale coupons all the time. Walgreens and stoppage. Y'all are stupid, man. Y'all are stupid. I used to rock. Oh,
I nigga Monkey
let me
Dan
get
got
back
the
to this.
daggone
I ain't
Osh.
got time. I don't have time to play with y'all this morning.
But Marco Barrera.
I'm not playing with y'all this morning because y'all are silly as hell, boy. I swear y'all are. But anyway, Marco, Marco. So Marco, yeah, Marco was always he was always just one of my favorites. I think the first time I got to glance at him um was when he fought Poison Junior Jones. That was the first time I got to glance at him. I know he had been around before that, but that's just when I got to glance at him. And I thought he was a special fighter even then. And every time he fought, he would bring it. I don't think there's ever a fight that I watched with him where he didn't go out there and give it his all. And we talk about pound for pound list. If you don't have that man on that list, then you're just a straight hater.
Uh, I'm not gonna say I got him in my pound for pound, but he's definitely one of those ones when I talk about um, the best Mexican fighters of all time.
Yeah,
He's definitely in the top 10 of the best Mexican fighters. Him,
yeah,
Eric Morales, Emmanuel, my what's his name? Is Emmanuel Juan Emmanuel Marquez. I keep saying Emmanuel.
yeah,
Juan Emmanuel Marquez. Then of course, you got Salvador Sanchez. You got Cesar.
yeah,
You got you got Canelo. I don't put Oscar as a Mexican, one of the best Mexican fighters because he was born in the U.S. Even though his nationality, his family is from Mexico, he was born in the U.S. He's an American fighter.
yeah.
Um, some people put him in there. I don't put him in there. I'm not knocking if you put him in there, but I don't put him in there because he was born in America.
Oh,
But
okay, I
yeah,
see.
I definitely got to put him. I got to put Marco Burrell is one and is in the top 10 of Mexican fighters.
What made him different? Um, Not just out of all the fighters, but what made him different out of everybody in his weight class? What separated him from everybody else?
Marco,
Yeah, Marco.
relentlessness. He was relentless. He gonna bring it every single round. You might got the best of them in one round. You're gonna have to begin the next and the next round and the next round because he gonna keep coming at.
Yeah,
It definitely is different to me because
breaking up.
everybody when you got everybody fight, but even generation you had the boxing, you had the defense, you had the ring IQ. It was always something something that separated each one of those top guys from each other. And like I said, when it came to
Hey, D Free, turn your Wi-Fi off.
My bad.
Turn your Wi-Fi off.
Take time to work. That's why I'm waiting for her to come on now so I can take her to work.
I said, yeah, you gotta turn your Wi-Fi off.
No, my Wi-Fi is connected. That's why I went out for a second. It connected to my Wi-Fi when I got in.
Marco was one of
She's
the
ready.
best body punchers of his
I said
era.
she's
Not
ready.
only
She's ready to go now.
that he had a high ring IQ and was able to change his style from slugger to the technical brawler, like Duran later in his career. Yeah, most definitely. Most definitely. Uh, it was like I said, man. When you saw him in the ring, it didn't matter who his opponent was. You knew when you saw him, you were about to get the fight of your life. You were about to get it. It didn't matter who the opponent was. Like I said, one of my favorite ones is him and Eric Morales and Junior Jones. I go back sometime and I find myself watching um, both of those fights. Um, and the Prince of Med, um, not to be choosy, I thought Prince was gonna not demolish him, but I thought Prince was gonna beat him. That's just what I thought because I was more in tune to what Prince. I was more in tune with him because I don't know. Prince was. He just had this different. He was just different,
No,
dancing
y'all
and
stop lying. Y'all know why y'all had Prince beating him. Y'all like to watch Prince dance. Y'all was watching Prince
you
dance.
know
Y'all was
what
like, man, he
you.
got the best dance moves. He gonna win.
Oh, this dude right here, B. This dude right here, man.
That's what it was. I was like, Prince got the best dance move. He gonna win this fight.
You know what? Hey, nobody has time for your nonsense today, free. Nobody have time for your nonsense today. Nah, I mean, I thought it was good, but I think Prince just he didn't fight a smart fight. You know,
Mm-hmm.
he didn't fight a smart fight, and I think he would have probably had a chance of beating him. Oh, he'll be back, y'all. Free, not me. You must be talking about him. Yeah, listen, Josh. I don't know what Free got going on. This fool crazy. I don't know what he be talking about half the time, Josh. This fool crazy.
Who you
I
talking about,
love
me
Free.
or you? Or
Yeah,
mark
because
it
he said
down.
he didn't. He said he didn't know. No, he said he didn't know. He said not him. When you said the Prince, you said you know why y'all watched him because he danced like Prince. Josh said not me.
No, I wasn't talking about Josh. I was talking about you and Marky. You and Marky
No,
was watching for his dance move.
sir. No, absolutely not.
Marky actually thought that was the Prince that made Purple Rain because Marky wasn't alive when Prince Hamid first came onto the scene. So he actually thought that was Prince and Purple Rain, and
You know what?
we had to let him know, no, that's a fighter. The Prince is a music,
You know what? Free. You're an idiot. You're an
two
idiot.
different Prince.
Free. How in the world did he think that that was Prince?
Because he ain't from America. He thought that was the Prince that everybody was talking about.
Marky Dad,
Come
listen,
on,
bro.
Josh.
Do not let that man do you like that. Yo, Josh, this dude is a fool, man. He telling them that he.
Cage. Get in the cage.
Oh man, that's Jazzy.
Yeah,
You ain't
I
taking
just put it
Jazzy from
outside
the
of your
wall.
bathroom. Huh?
You took already? You took already?
Yeah, I was just outside with her.
Oh
I'm about
shit,
to get
that
my
was
daughter
quick.
to
I
work
didn't
now.
usually. I didn't. Let's shoot some hoops, Prince voice. I mean, ain't even from America, you fool.
Yeah. Huh?
He said a man ain't even from
Who said?
America, you fool. I don't know who he was talking about on that one. But yeah, I think like I
No,
said to me,
I never said Prince Hamid is from America. I said you're not from America, so you thought that's who we was talking about when we talk about Prince and Purple Rain. I didn't say he was from America.
Yeah, man. Purple rain, purple rain.
I said that's who you thought we was talking about.
You just told one his kids to get. He said you just told one of your kids to get in the cage. You turn. Yo, I'm done. I'm not doing this with y'all today. I'm not. I'm really not doing this with y'all today. I'm not doing this with y'all.
Jazzy is one of my kids because unlike you, she listen. Listen, she is one of my kids. She's obedient and she listens. You, I would have to whoop your ass every goddamn day because you don't listen, Marky. You don't listen. I gotta whoop your ass. Marky would have to get
Oh
an ass whooping
no.
every night before he go to bed. Marky would get an ass whooping every night before he go to bed and before he go to school. I told you. You sit down, you
I
listen
don't
to the
give a
teacher. You
damn
don't listen
about
to the
no
teacher, I'm gonna
damn
whoop
purple
your ass.
rain. Bunch of old. He said, "I don't give a damn about no damn purple rain." Bunch of old men music. Oh damn. Oh man.
You wouldn't care about Purple Rain, but you thought that's what we was talking about. I didn't say you cared about Purple Rain. See, that's what I said. He
Yeah.
don't listen. That's why he get a beating every night. He don't listen. You got to comprehend what I'm saying. I didn't say that you cared about it at all. I said that's what you thought we was talking about.
Jesus, man. Y'all, man. I
You got
can't
you
with
got
y'all.
you got to listen before you speak, Marky, and then maybe your statement will sound better.
And listen, now it's Thursday, so we already know what comes on a Thursday. Cause I have a free. He said, "Cause I have a free mind."
I bet you do have a free mind. You was sitting there at Puffy daggone party. You freed your mind. Like Faith.
You know what?
Free your mind. Relax. That nigga probably say if it's hot, then he wasn't in it. Bad boy, stay committed, whether hip hop or R&B. He said, "Wait a minute, let's start from the beginning, Marty." I keep trying to tell Marky, stop coming for me, dog.
Um.
Stop coming for me.
So I was watching the Liberty game yesterday, and they hell, we gotta start the show over. Let's start the show over. Let's just start the show over. This is not gonna work. We just gonna start the show over. Um, let's let's start the show over, man. Okay. I think maybe we started off the wrong way, so we're gonna restart this. Good morning, Freeze. Oh, your daughter's. Oh, your daughter's in. Never mind.
What's
Well,
good?
good
What's
morning,
good?
everyone.
That's the
Jesus Christ.
what's good.
Jesus Christ. Y'all are unbelievable, man. Jesus. We can never seem to keep it, and I got it on tape, you old bastard.
You can have tape on me all you want. You can have tape on me all you want. Ain't never gonna change. The tape that you got is what me doing in real life.
Oh man.
Don't matter if you got tape. See, you only have tape on people when they try to deny something that they didn't do. Me, I don't deny anything that I did. I did it, and so what?
Yo, y'all dudes is crazy. Y'all crazy. Um,
I got tape on you because you told me that was Shakur Stevenson with daggone
Edgar Berlanga. No, that was you, Marky Daniels. That was your young ass singing on your knees beside Edgar Berlanga. You said that was Shakur Stevens. That was you. I had to look at the picture again. I was like, oh, that's Marky Dan. That's not no goddamn Shakur. That's Marky Dan. You try to pull a fast one on me. You try to pull a fast one on me.
Yeah, I think you touched a nerve on Marky Dan. If they make a movie about Prince of it, musical could play the. No, Jeff. You know what? Y'all are out of pocket. Y'all are out of pocket this morning, man. Jesus Christ, y'all out of pocket this morning. Oh man, viewers. I know what y'all thinking. I know what y'all thinking, viewers. Relax.
No,
Wasn't me,
I
viewers.
just Marky Dan sent me that daggone video. I looked at that joint again. I forgot all about that video. I seen it, but I forgot all about it when that nigga Shakur was on his knees singing beside Belinga. Belinga looked at him like, hold up, man, I can't be doing this. Can't be doing this.
Yeah, that to me was a little confusing. I forgot who I forgot who played that. Where did I first see that? I can't remember where I first seen that at.
I
And
saw it on
was
Instagram. I don't know who put it out there, but I saw it on Instagram the first time I seen it. But I don't know who put it out there. I
yes.
forgot it because Marky was like, "You ain't see that video?" I'm thinking it was another video. I forgot all about that video. I thought it was another one. And then when he sent it to me, I was like, "Oh yeah, I do remember this. I forgot all about it."
Yeah, it was somebody. Yeah, it was somebody. I'm trying to think of where I seen that shit, man. I seen it somewhere, man. I can't remember, and I was like, "What in the world is this?" But then I knew once they showed that they was gonna take it and make a big deal out of it. I was like, "Man, watch they go messing with this man now," because social media will always be undefeated. I'm telling people, there's no way you can beat social media. It would always be undefeated. If there's ever some proof on something that you did or said, oh man, it's over. Social media will always be on. You might be able to beat everything else. One thing you're not going to be able to beat is social media. That's why we always have that saying that social media is undefeated. You will not win. That's why I tell people be careful what you do or say, and make sure whatever you do or say, there's not a microphone or a camera around because you will be exposed.
Yeah,
I'm
that's why we had this old saying back in the days when if you came up in the '80s, you came up in the '80s and the early '90s. There was a saying: if you're gonna do something, do it by yourself. Don't do it with nobody.
nope.
You do it by yourself.
And
You
Father
do it with
Time is
somebody you don't know who kept it, who recorded you, who kept it, who gonna snitch
nope.
on you. You don't know.
And sometimes people will do that, and you think people don't mean no harm. People mean harm. People mean harm, and they know what they're doing. They mean harm because if that's the case, they wouldn't go out their way to put it out.
He said, "Be free state getting exposed for racism and prejudice." In my opinion, I don't get exposed for anything. I don't get exposed for
Damn,
anything except for
damn, free.
telling the
That's what
truth.
you. That's what
That's the
you.
only thing
That's
I
what
get
you.
exposed for. Be free,
That's what
always
you.
telling the truth.
That's what you labeled as free.
That's what I get. That's what and telling the truth. Yeah, I get exposed for telling the truth. See, I'm gonna say things people are scared to say. I ain't scared to say it. Marky
Nah,
Dan, like, oh, you a racist? No, I'm not. I'm just telling you what the truth is. You can't deny what the facts are. The facts are the facts. If I can go out there and show you what it is, then that's the fact. So you could say, oh, you prejudice or you racist. Well, I didn't put it out there. That's what was put out there. I'm just telling you what it is.
if you do dirt,
See, unlike Marky Dan just say a bunch
you
of
do
stuff
dirt
and
by
hopefully
yourself.
something
But whoever,
sticks.
yeah, of course, whoever would. The word I'm telling you, the worst microphone, like my man Dante Boxing say, the worst weapon is a microphone and a camera. Because you will get exposed. Damn thing for what folks ain't that important. Yeah, folks
He
ain't
said
that important.
M4K. He said
That's why the only
M4K.
Time I pull my camera out, when I pull my camera out, it's always for something important. It's nothing wrong with you
Right.
recording funny moments, but sometimes them funny moments might be funny at that moment, and then you might take it and look at it and be like, this is a little strange and weird. And as soon as it get put out to the public, somebody gonna take that the wrong way. Yo, they got you on tape doing this. They got you saying this,
Yeah.
and you looking at it like, wait a minute, I was just being funny. I didn't mean no harm. That's why you won't do that around me. I don't play none of that. I'm not with none of it.
What I say, I meant. What I meant, I say.
Speak the facts, everybody jumping down my throat. No, Monkey Dan, you know what? You got to continue to be you, brother. Don't worry about who's jumping down your throat. One thing about me, though, I'm going to be me, bro. And there's nothing nobody can do about that.
Nigga,
That's what
ain't
makes
nobody
us.
jumping down your throat. Pause. Pause, nigga. Pause. Ain't nobody jumping down your damn throat. Pause. I told you, stay out of them P. Diddy parties, dog. Stay out of them P. Diddy parties. Ain't nobody jumping down your throat.
Oh, Lord, this dude, man. Lord have mercy, man. Eh, boxing, please. Yeah, no, Monkey Dan, seriously, man. Seriously, could you continue to be you, brother? That's what makes me unique.
No,
That's what
Marky
makes
Dan,
all of us
that's the
unique.
thing. Marky Dan don't want to be him. Marky Dan do not want to be Marky Dan. Marky, if y'all see Marky Dan and y'all listen to Marky Dan, he want to be American. Marky Dan, be your own nationality, nigga. Talk in your slang. Stop trying to sound like Barry White. You try to sound like Barry White yesterday on that damn live. Stop trying to sound like
Nah,
Barry White.
you know
Talk.
what? This dude here.
And nigga, Marky Dan came up that joint trying to sound like he Barry White. I'm like, hold on, Marky Dan, that's not how you normally talk. Your voice ain't that damn deep.
Nah, Monkey Dan, cool. That's my guy. He a good brother, man.
Nah,
Good
Marky
dude,
Dan
man.
cool. I like fucking with Marky Dan.
Yeah, he a good dude. You
Marky
like,
Dan
cause you
gonna
got
Marky
dude
Dan
got.
gonna get Marky Dan gonna get frustrated and be like, "You're a goddamn racist, D Free. You're a goddamn racist."
Yeah, I like that Monkey Dan. Monkey Dan, cool. Marky Dan, cooler than the other side of the pillow, man. He a good brother, man. Cause if he wasn't a good brother, he wouldn't be over here with me. You know how I am. You know how I am. I'm picky. He a good dude though. Monkey put on sexy voice for the ladies. I almost didn't know who he was. If I didn't read the name, I wouldn't know who him or Prize Fighter was.
I
I've
told
never seen dudes.
now all jokes aside. Tell me Marky Dan don't look like he could be BBO younger brother. Tell me he don't look like he could be BBO younger brother.
Mm.
You look at BBO face and then look at Marky Dan face on that live yesterday. Marky Dan like he could be BBO's younger brother. When the first time I seen it, I was like, hold up, this nigga look like a small version of BBO. That was the first thing I told Marky Dan.
Only
And I
free.
wasn't even
Only
joking.
free.
I was there, sir. They resemble each other. He look like a smaller version of BBO.
Only free, y'all. Only
I
free.
wasn't saying that to be funny. It was just that's what I thought. That's the first thing I thought when I saw Marky Dan the
He
very
said,
first time because I
and
never
with
seen Marky Dan face.
what Monkey Dan said,
I
and
never
with
seen his
that,
face.
I'm out. He said, with that, I'm out.
I wasn't joking. I'd never seen Marky Dan face before. When I've seen his face, I was like, oh shit, this nigga like a small version of BBO.
Man, look, bruh. The internet wins
He
again.
said, with that, I'm out.
The internet wins again. Yeah,
But
but
back to Marco Barrero.
yeah,
Marco
y'all
Barrera.
stupid. Marco
Um,
Antonio Barrera.
I'm
Yeah,
trying to think. If Marco Barrera was fighting right now, he probably would be a unified champion at 147.
oh yeah, we
He'd
always
probably
like
be
to
a
play that.
unified
We
champion.
always like to play that game of what if and where would he be ranked, and who would want to fight him?
Oh,
So
he definitely will be ranked at the top of 147. He'd probably be like number one or number two. The only person I say probably be ranked higher than him would be Jerron, and that's because of Jerron boxing
but
style.
so he fought at the smaller weights, right? Like, was it 122 or 126 or 130 he fought?
He fought, I think it was, I want to say he probably fought at 130s when he started fighting. If I'm not mistaken, I think he started at 130. I don't think he started at 126. 126. He might have. I'm just trying to think because I can't remember all of those early fights that he had. But I think he might have started at like 130.
Okay. Um. Yeah.
If he
So
was
you
at
talk about
135, 135, we would have never been talking about Pitbull Cruz if he was at 135. They'd be talking about Marco Barrera.
yeah.
Now, what I would love to see if he was at 135, I would love to see him and William Zepeda. I would love to see that.
Oh, now that's
Marco Barrera versus William Zepeda.
yeah, that would have been
That's gonna be fireworks. Both of them dudes is gonna be banging.
that would have been something amazing. So yeah,
I would have loved to
he
see
was the
see.
WBO Super Bantamweight Champion, WBC Mineral
Oh,
and
that
Ring Featherweight, and WBC and IBF Super Featherweight Champion.
damn, he did fight that low. Damn. I knew he fought at 130. I wasn't sure that he fought lower than that, but I knew he fought at 130.
Yeah, yeah, shit, he did a lot. He says Zepeda gets stopped in 8. Damn.
Who? Zepeda?
Yeah, he says Zepeda gets stopped in 8. Damn.
Uh, hey, he very well could, but I would have loved to see it because the thing about
Oh hell yeah.
Williams Zepeda got a high output. He got a high punch output, and he hits hard. I would have loved to see it because if you go back and look at the daggone the uh the Eric Morales fight when Marco Barrero fought him, they was just banging. I mean, it was nonstop action in that fight. Nonstop. That
My
was that
question
was
is
fight of the year, I believe.
my,
If I'm
my
not
question
mistaken,
is
that was
this.
fight of the year.
My question is this, right? Let's go back. How with Marco Antonio Barrera would do against a monster anyway.
He stops Monster anyway. He stops Monster anyway.
He stops him?
He stops Monster anyway.
Mm,
Marco Barrero will stop Monster anyway.
mm.
That's not even that's
Because
not even a
it's
question in
not
my
hard to
mind.
it's not hard to touch anyway. It's not hard to touch him because we seen it in his last that fight before. The first round he went down. It wouldn't be hard for
Oh,
him to get touched.
See, the thing is about Marco Barrera, and Marky Dan said it as well. Marco Barrera was a hell of a body puncher. He would have slowed Monster anyway down with that body work, and he would have took some steam off of Monster anyway punches with that body work. Dog, I got
Yeah.
Marco Barrera stopping Monster anyway in 7. He stopped Monster anyway in 7. It's not even a question. I think he stops Monster anyway in 7.
Mm. Because I'm sitting here thinking, I'm like, wait a minute. I'm like Marco fought in them lower weight classes, so I'm like, as you just heard me go down a lot of reading, and I'm like, damn, him and Inoue would have been disrespectful. That would have been a good one.
Now,
See,
the
yeah.
question is, how would Bam Rodriguez face against Marco Barrero?
Ah, oh my
That
God.
That would have been a bomb burner. Bam Rodriguez.
Jesus Christ. You, oh my,
I want to see Bam Rodriguez versus Monster anyway. But they never. I mean, they wasn't in the same weight class at the same time. I wanted to see them two fight. I think that would be a hell
um,
of a fight. Bam Rodriguez versus Monster.
hey, I'm still looking for that one. I don't care what nobody say. 2025, that's gonna be one of mine I'm shooting for. We probably gonna talk about that too. I like Bam, but he gets stopped.
That might have that might have been why Monster anyway got out of that weight class because he knew Bam Rodriguez was coming up.
Josh said I like Bam, but he gets stopped late as well by Marco. God damn. Yeah, Marco was definitely.
He might he might. I'm not going to doubt that at all.
Yeah, I'm not gonna
He
look
might get
past that.
stopped by
Yeah, he might because Marco was just something different. But that him and anyway, I'd have loved to see that. And one thing I love about
I'm
Marco,
telling
he
you.
loved to
I got
Marco loves to apply pressure. That's what I loved about him too. He
like
loved
I
to do
said,
that.
you never seen Mako get stopped. I don't even know
No,
if he ever got dropped. I'm not gonna say he hasn't. I don't recall him getting dropped,
I'm trying
but
to
he
think. Did
might
he
have
ever?
got dropped before.
I'd have to think. But one thing I know about him, you couldn't tell if he was ever hurt or not because he didn't really show much. You hit him with all you could throw the kitchen sink at him, and he always found ways to still come back.
I'm trying to think.
And
Have Mako ever been dropped?
I
I
don't
don't know
think
if he's
so.
ever been dropped.
If he before I assume I can go back to seeing it, but I don't think so though. But I'll go back and check. I don't think so though.
I recall him being dropped. I know he dropped Eric Morales. I know he dropped Eric Morales. I don't recall him being dropped.
Yeah, I have to check. I don't think so. I'm trying to picture
Because
it in my head
they
now.
fought twice. They fought twice, and it was supposed to be a trilogy, but they never had it. It never happened.
Yeah. Yeah, I spoke about that other day about the trilogies, man. That definitely would have been one of them. But yeah, to see what he would have been like, see what Marco would have been like today. Um, yeah, I don't think there'd have been too many
Okay,
people.
how you think Marco would have paired at 126? You think he would have been undisputed right now?
Yeah, and my boy right now, um, Shushu, um, Shushu was at 26, right? 26, right?
Yeah, he had 26. Yeah, he had 26.
Yeah,
I would have
I
told
def-
I would have told Shushu stay the hell away from Marco Barrero.
um, I would have told a couple people who would have thought they was ready to fall back.
I would
I
have
would
like,
have
look,
told a
you got to
couple
get a
people
couple of more fights up under your belt. You got to get a couple more fights up under your belt before you get in there with Marco.
because
Stay the hell back from
even
Marco.
when like you got to remember Marco had 60 something fights in his career. Even when Marco was in his 20s, he had a lot of damn fights. He had a lot of experience. It just would have been
When he was in
it would
Yeah, when he was in his 20s, he had over 30 something fights in his
it's,
20s. He had
yeah,
over
in
30
his
something
20s.
fights.
That would have been too much for people, man. That just would have been I don't know. In my opinion, it just would have been too much. He wouldn't have been one of them guys you was just gonna run through and you could look at him. Oh, this guy's 5'6". I'll smash him. No, it wasn't gonna go the way you thought it was gonna go. Yeah, so at
Nah,
26,
that's what I said. Marco was definitely one of those ones.
anywhere between 26 and 30, I just say, yo, y'all might want chill.
Yeah. Like, in order for you to beat Marco, you had to be a seasoned veteran and you had to have a high ring IQ because Marco is going to push any prospect, any upcoming fighter, he's going to push them to the limit. And if you're
Yeah,
not built that way, he's going to stop you. If you're not built, he's going to stop you. So when you get in there with somebody like Marco Barrera, you had to be a seasoned veteran and you had to have a high ring IQ and you had to have a hellified defense because he gonna beat you up. If your defense is lacking at any point, he gonna beat you up. He gonna let you know how many holes you got in your defense, and he gonna let you know whether you really want to continue as a boxer or not.
Yeah, he definitely gave you something. He'll definitely give you something to think about. Because even watching the fight with him and Junior Jones, I was like, shit.
What's going on,
He
Bamos?
was giving, he was giving Junior Jones a run for his
Quee,
money.
what's going on, Quee? I didn't speak to you earlier. What's going on, Quee? What's going on, Josh? What's going on,
Yeah,
Bamos?
yeah, 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 yeah. Hashtag Quee did it. Yeah. So he definitely. I remember talking to Junior Jones about that, and he was like, man, not only the guy was fast, but he could punch. Junior was like, there's
Yeah,
times he hit me and I went back to the corner like, damn, he would just wake me up. I'd be in the fight thinking I'm up and he hit me and I go back to I talked to Junior Jones about it whenever I see him. He go, man, that guy was he said he could punch. Don't let his height fool you. He could punch. And I'm like, yeah, he looked like he could. So when we think about all the guys today and we put him in there with any one of them, yeah, I definitely see him undisputed. And that's not because y'all gonna say that because y'all grew up watching the fighter. No, not necessarily. That's not why I'm saying it. If you take
no,
him right now, who Marco is 50, if you take it to 25 years ago, y'all in trouble. Y'all
yeah.
in trouble.
See what people fail to realize is they fought in a different era. In the
Yeah,
era that Marco Barrero fought, there were a lot more tougher opposition. Like nowadays, it ain't that many tough opposition. People say, "Oh, this fighter is undefeated. This fighter is good. This and that." But then you go and look at the resume and you see that their resume is padded. Their resume is padded. They got a lot of guys that had losing records and they padded that resume. So yeah, they undefeated, but they really haven't been through no tests. They haven't been through no tests. Like Marco
you,
Barrero, he was brought through some tests. He had battles throughout his career, a lot of battles throughout his career. The same thing with like Eric Morales and Prince Hamid, um, Costa Zoo, Zab Judah. Those guys,
yeah,
they had battles as they was coming up. It
yes,
wasn't
they
like
did.
they had easy oppositions. It wasn't no easy. I mean, I ain't gonna say it wasn't
No,
no easy opposition. It wasn't as many easy oppositions. It was a lot of battles coming up.
yeah,
Those guys have been pushed to the limit, and they know what they can do and what they can't do. So when you get pushed to the limit, you know what your body can endure. You say, okay, well, I know I can go 12 hard rounds, or I'm not sure if I can go 12 hard rounds. I never did it before. See, that's the thing. Like Shakur Stevenson, we don't know if Shakur Stevenson can battle 12 hard rounds. He's never been battle tested. A lot of his fights were easy fights. He hasn't been battle tested. We saw with Devin Haney when he first had a tough fight. Yeah, he kept getting back up. He kept getting back up. But we also saw that, hey, you got some holes in your game, dog. You need to fix it. You need to fix it. And that's the thing. When you haven't had those battles like that, you like, oh, dog, you gotta fix those. You gotta have some tests. So Shakur hasn't been through those. Um, Tank Davis, for the most part, hasn't really been through those. The one battle that he had, he was fighting Pitbull with one hand. That's
yeah,
why that's why when people was getting on me the other day when we was talking about when I was in New York and we did the live, and they said, "Do you think Tank Davis is elite?" I said he hasn't proved that he's elite. I need him to fight the A class fighters to prove that he is elite. I'm not saying that he's
yeah.
not. I'm not saying that he is, but I need him to
Hmm.
prove it to me that he is elite.
Yeah,
Y'all ready to give these fighters those titles of elite fighters and A-class fighters when they haven't proven it yet. Like let's say
that's
like
because they.
Shakur. Everybody say Shakur is an A-level fighter. We believe he is, but when you look at his resume, you're like, okay, he really only got a handful of names on his resume that you could say, okay, these fighters was good. He only really got a handful, and then the rest of them, you like, it wasn't that good. It, it really wasn't that good.
Yeah, yeah. Unfortunately, a lot of these dudes don't know shit about boxing, and they just vouching for whoever they're a fan for. Like they're just gonna say anything that they think sound right. That's why I don't ever listen to none of these dudes. I sit back, I pay attention, I study, and then I make my decision from there. But
Yeah.
it is what it is, man. I don't trip off none of that shit though. Yeah,
That's what I say.
speaking
A
of
lot.
speaking of core, Marco Antonio Barrera at 35, no, at 30 against core. How does that go?
I don't know. I don't. I mean, Shakur got the height and the reach advantage, but I don't think Shakur has the heart. I don't think Shakur has the heart. Marco Barrera, he's a tall 130 pounder. He fought guys that was tall, and he still was able to beat those guys. And he fought a lot of good boxers. And like Prince Hamid, he was a good boxer. His chin was questionable, but he was a good boxer. He had flashy moves and stuff like that. But I don't know. I'm gonna have to lean towards Marco Barrera. I don't know because like I said, Shakur has never been tested. I haven't seen him in a battle where he had to dig down deep and pull it out. He hasn't been in one of those yet. So if I had to choose, I'm gonna lean towards Marco Barrera because I know Marco
All right, y'all, hold on. He got caught because of service, y'all. Give him a second. He has to get back in the
when it.
house with. Oh, wait, there you go. All
I
right, there you
mean,
go.
I would have to lean towards Marco Barrero because he's been tested. We know he can dig down deep and pull it out. We haven't seen Shakur. I don't know if Shakur had.
So at 30, let's leave Cole where he's at. So I'm gonna throw two more people. I'm gonna throw two more people in that 30, and you tell me how Marco holds up against them. Let's throw Tank in there, and let's throw Devin in there at 30. How does Barrera do with those two?
With who?
Tank and Devin at 30. How does Barrera do against those two?
I think Barrero stops Devin because Devin never fought at 30. I think that weight class would be too small for Devin. I think he'll be
Hmm.
drained. I think Marco would stop Devin at 30. Tank, I would love to see it. I would love to see it because that that's gonna be a hell of a fight. I don't know. That's a 50-50 fight. Tank versus Marco Barrera. That's a
Yeah,
50-50 fight. They both excellent body punchers. They both. I mean, Tank. I believe Tank powers is bigger than Marco Barrero. I think Tank boxing ability is better than Marco Barrero, but Marco Barrero he gonna come to fight. He gonna make Tank have to dig down deep and pull out that fight out.
yeah, yeah. Because I'm
I,
sitting here thinking, and I'm thinking like, damn. Even if Barrera was around when they were in these lower classes, it would still be a problem. And I don't see Barrera moving up in weight. For some reason, I think his cutoff limit will probably either be 35 or 40.
I don't. I don't
Um,
think. I don't think Marco Barrera ever fought Floyd, did he?
no,
I would have. I would have loved to see that.
I don't think, and I'm not calling nobody a duck. But I just know at that time there was a few people who did not want Floyd. There was a few people who did not want Floyd. So when people get mad and go, Floyd didn't do this back in 97, 98. I think Floyd was willing to do a lot in 97 and 98. There wasn't too many people willing to take a chance. A lot of people didn't want to take that chance against Floyd. Nah, man, I don't want him.
I
You got
know,
to remember, we talking about a Floyd who was getting people up out of there.
I
Nobody
know
wanted
who,
that.
I know who didn't want Floyd, and that was Prince Hamid. Prince Hamid did not want no
Yes.
parts of
Yeah,
Floyd.
he didn't want no parts of that. He wanted no parts of that. Because all that flashy shit that you was doing was cute. You know what I mean? But it wasn't going to get you nowhere with Floyd. Know what I'm saying? And at
Yeah,
that time, we talking about a Floyd that was different, man. Like you wasn't in a rush to get in there with that. But him and Marco, now that would have been something. I see Floyd getting him, but I don't see Marco making it easy for him. I don't see Marco making it easy for him. That definitely would have been something to watch. Free, you want to explain to me why do you still have the Christmas lights?
I told y'all a long time ago. This is for Daisha at night when they got to because their bedroom is back here. So when we cut all the lights out, it's dark.
Deja don't like the dark.
Nah, it's dark. So when we cut all of the lights out, our hallway because we have curtains. The curtains that we have is the privacy curtain, so it keeps the sunlight out. So when we cut all our lights out and go to bed, it's completely dark. And a lot of times I leave this light on that's in my computer. I leave this
Yeah.
light on so we can have some light in here. But that's why we have those lights up for the grandbaby so they can get up and use the bathroom.
When my man Big Dream sleep?
Yeah, he sleep. He went to school yesterday, but today I mean he's out until Tuesday.
How
He
he
in his
do on
normal
his
day.
first? How he do his first day?
Oh,
He didn't beat
let me
nobody
tell you
up,
this,
did he?
dude. He had an orientation on Monday. He had an orientation on Monday. I mean, on Tuesday. He had an orientation on Tuesday, and so he was talking to his teacher. So his teacher asked him what his name, and he's like, "My name's Dream or whatever." And so she asked, she like, "Are you? Do you listen?" He says, "Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't." She said, "Well, are you going to listen? Sometimes me will, sometimes me won't."
Yo, I'm done with him. I'm done with him. I don't have time for Dream and his shenanigans. I don't have time for him.
I mean, at least he was honest. He told her the truth. Sometimes me will, sometimes me won't.
I don't have time for Dream and his shenanigans. Like this, yo, Dream said, "Sometimes he will, sometimes."
It was the fact that he said sometimes me will, sometimes me won't. I was like, he already said he might not, but he ain't say sometimes I will, sometimes I won't. That nigga said sometimes me will, sometimes me won't.
He said, "Them kids be so honest when they be these kids today is different." Cause I'd have got punched in my man. Look, bruh. But you know what though? Listen, even though we have to teach them right from wrong, at least honesty is the best policy, right? Let you
Mm-hmm.
know. I might feel like learning today, and I might not feel like learning tomorrow.
That
It
nigga had
is
me.
what it is. It
When
depends on how I feel.
when they told me that shit, I was dying. I was like, he said, what? He's like, sometimes me will, sometimes me won't. I was like, well, at least he was honest.
Hey, listen,
He ain't lied. So when they say, hey,
talk to
Dream ain't
young
listening, well,
child
he
like
told you sometimes he ain't gonna listen.
Sugar Shane Mosley and nah,
Oh,
they didn't either.
yeah, that
Yeah,
that, that would have been a hell of a fight because at 35, at that time, Shane Mosley was a hell of a body puncher. He got most of his stops going to the body.
yeah.
He was a hell of a
There's a
body puncher at
there's a
35.
book, and I mean, of course, you can tell that Barrera was no joke because after Prince, I'm thinking, okay, this is a great setup. I think if the fight between him and Prince would have been more competitive, then maybe, and I spoke about this when I was talking about the trilogy. Sometimes when you don't make fights competitive enough, people go, well, who the hell wants to see it? Because we already know that if you fought somebody once, depends on what happened, people might want to see it twice. And whatever happens in the second fight, some people might go, you know what, it's worth seeing it a third time. That's how trilogies come about. You know what I'm saying? Well, yo, we got to see this third time. The first two was crazy. That's why we have got the best trilogies that we have got. You know what
And
I'm saying?
that's another one too. Joe Casamaiora. That's another one. He's another one too. See, that's what I'm talking about. Those type of fighters was the fighters that they came up in the 80s and the early 90s. Those were the type of fighters
Yeah.
they came up. They came up with those guys
Oh,
in the 80s, in the late
I'm
80s
gonna
and
talk
early
about
90s.
him. You know what? We're gonna talk about him next.
See,
Cass. Yeah.
we don't have those type of fighters nowadays. We don't have those type of fighters. Look how many fighters we going through that all fought in the same era. They all fought in the same era, and they was
Yeah.
around the same weight class. We don't have a lot
Yeah.
of those guys nowadays.
No. No. That's why it was important for me to get off the heavyweights and go to the guys in the younger, because a lot of these guys in these smaller weight classes, if you think about some of the weight classes they started at, some
So
came further
just
than
to,
others. Some might have started at 118 and went up to 130. It all depends on who we talking about. But yeah, man, that's why you got to give these you know what, Free? I always think that, Tim, in my opinion, the guys at the lighter weight classes got it harder than the dudes in the heavyweights. Because the dudes in the heavyweights, like they have no, they a lot of them. I don't want to say they don't have to watch how they eat, but they could just do whatever and come up there and be 25 pounds heavier than their opponent. And it's like, what's the consequences? But
yeah,
if you're
well,
somewhere at
with
30,
the heavier
if
weight
you're at
classes,
30, hmm?
no, I was saying with the heavier weight classes, there was it was more of a glamour weight class. Like when you get to 47 and up, it was more of a glamour weight class because that was more of what the that was more closer to everybody's weight. The average weight was more
Yeah,
around 47 to heavyweight. Most of the people was around that same size. When you got the
yeah,
smaller weight, you didn't have. I mean, those was weights that people had when they was in high school and middle school. Like
yeah,
118. I don't even remember when I was 118. I probably was in elementary school at 118. I don't even remember when I was 118. I had to be
yeah,
I had to be in elementary school because by the time I was in middle school, I was stocky. I was short, but I was stocky because I played football. I I probably was like
yeah.
by the
I
time I
probably
got to
was like
seventh
12 or
grade.
I probably was like 12 or 13. I ain't gonna front when I weighed that. I'm not gonna hold you.
Yeah,
I'm not
when
gonna
I got
hold
to the seventh grade, because seventh grade was started the middle school for us in the DC area. When I got to the seventh grade, I had to be every bit of good 140. I had to be every bit of 140 in the seventh grade. So that's what I'm saying. When 118, 115, 122, 126, no, those was classes, those was sizes I was when I was in elementary school. So when you people don't they look at that weight class and they're like, "Damn, how can you be a grown man that damn small?" So
I mean,
they don't get the
it
eyes on them
happens.
like that.
It happens like that. Everybody can't be tall, you know.
Yeah, I
And
mean, of course. I mean, of course, everybody. I mean, they real live people. It ain't like they fictional people. They
yeah,
real live people wearing
there are a
that
lot of
weight.
people.
So I mean, it just the vast majority are usually 147 and up. The vast majority.
Yeah,
Once you become a grown man, 9 times out of 10, you're gonna be somewhere around 147, 150 and up. You're gonna be
yeah,
somewhere around that when you become a grown man. So you very seldom have grown men weighing 135. I mean, there are some out there, but not in the vast majority. Not the vast majority. Vast majority of grown men ain't gonna be 135. That's why you see so many foreigners at those lower weight class because they're smaller individuals. In America, we usually bigger. We're usually bigger because of the type of food that we eat and how we brought up. We're usually bigger. So
yeah,
that's why those smaller weight class is usually a lot of foreigners to us. In their nationality, the bigger weight class is foreigners to them.
Yeah, yeah. When I sit in here and I just think about all these when I think about all these different weight classes and I just think about, but I mean, you know what? At that time, man, I ain't gonna lie. I try not to knock today's boxing, but when we sit here, we mention guys like Barrera and all these guys from the past. You like, damn, man. You start missing those days, and that's what makes these conversations fun when we can take past fighters and go, well, what if? And I encourage a lot of people to start doing this because it makes the boxing conversations fun versus just keep arguing over today's boxing because to argue over today's boxing it's not worth it. It's a waste of time, and a lot of y'all are just repeating the same shit every day, and it makes no sense. So that's what makes these type of conversations fun, where we could take a Barrera and go Barrera versus Monster anyway would be great. Bam Bam Rodriguez, a lot of these guys, and that's why I always look forward to Thursdays because I always have in my mind, okay, so what if we take this guy and put him in there today? Take it back to 25 years ago. What would this guy do if he was 25 years young? And I'm not gonna lie, if you take majority of these from a Zab to a Lennox, take any of these guys, no matter how long they retire, if you take a lot of them back to 25, 30 years ago, they would embarrass a lot of
No,
these dudes today.
I look at it right now. If Zab Judah was fighting at welterweight right now, he'd be undisputed again.
Have we?
I don't
Did we do that? Did we do that? I don't
who
think we did that. We didn't
no
do that, did we?
we haven't done that.
You know what?
I'm actually we actually having Zab on our channel. I think it's either next week or the following week. Zab will be coming to our channel for an interview.
Yeah, we're gonna I'm gonna get him. I'm gonna get him.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
we're gonna have Zab on our channel for an interview. I'm
yeah,
not
we
sure
gotta
if it's
start
next week or the following week, but
we gotta start bringing
he is
Zab on
coming
some
up.
real we gotta start bringing him on some real channels.
Yeah, he already gave us the okay for the interview, so we just got to figure out what day it's going to be on. He already gave us the okay for the interview.
Yeah. That's a beautiful thing. But yeah, so many of these guys, man. So many of these guys. And and it's not to diss anybody, from today because I watch this. I watch it and so it's not to take a shot at anybody, but you just gotta understand where we're coming from. We're just coming from that place where everybody got it in, and I know the times is different, and I know we'll never go back to it. We'll never go back to it. That's why we can be able to go on YouTube and look at these videos, because that's what I spend a lot of my time doing, going back to HBO boxing and all that, watching stuff like that, the old Showtime fights, because I know we'll never get that again. I know that's what everybody wants, but we're living in a different time where those days are gone. Now they're not gone far as memories because we're gonna keep that and we can always go back and watch that. But far as y'all saying, man, we needed to go back to when they had that what was the tournament that Andre Ward and them was in. We need to go back
Super
to that.
Six, Super
Yeah,
Six.
Super Six. We need to go back. I'm telling you right now, the only person that could probably come close to making that happen is Turkey Al Sheikh. He's probably the closest person that could come to making that happen. But
No,
other than that, huh?
no. We can have a Super Six at 54, and Al Heyman can make that happen because he has most of the 54.
What I'm talking about, far as money wise, because people are because these guys want to get paid, and a lot
Yeah,
of guys are gonna be like, no,
that's why in order for you to get paid the big dollars, you got to win.
yeah,
You
yeah.
got to win.
And a lot of these guys, like when people ask me how do you feel about him, I don't have an issue with him, but I have an issue with fighters just thinking about the money and saying shit. It don't matter if I go over there and win or not.
Well,
I'm getting paid.
Turkey don't have that money to do that because See, the thing is, like people say, "Oh, Turkey got this money." No, he gets the okay from the prince. He tell the prince, "Hey, I have these fighters set up. Can we give them this amount of money for the fight?" And the prince will give him either the nod or he'll say no. But when it comes to doing something like that, you got to get other promoters involved. He doesn't
Oh
have
yeah, of
any.
course, of
He
course.
doesn't have any fights. The only fighter that he has that he's working with is Terrence. Terrence is the only one. Nobody else is signed to Turkey Alakush. And Terrence not really signed to him, but Terrence is working with him. But he doesn't have anybody signed to him. He's working with Golden Boy. He's working with Top Rank, and he's working with Matchroom. But he still have to get those promoters. They got to get paid in order to get those fighters to fight. Those promoters got to get paid. So he has to get the okay from those promoters. So he got to pay the promoters and then he got to pay the fighters. So sometimes the money ain't gonna be there coming from Turkey because it depends on what the promoters are saying they're willing to give up.
Give me 5 fighters from the past, no matter what weight class. Give me 5 fighters from back there and another 5 from today that you would like to see go up against each other. And of course, Turkey would have something. All the promoters would have something to do with it. So, yeah, give me that. The weight
You said
class don't matter.
five fighters
Like
that
like that 5 versus 5 shit.
um well that would be 10 fighters.
Well, I'm just saying, give me. I'm saying, give me 5. Well, I basically was saying, just give me 5 fighters from the past, and then give me another 5 for the day.
That for them to fight. Okay.
Yes.
Five fighters from the past. I would say all all four of the kings, all four of the kings, and then no, I'm not gonna say all four. I would say Tommy Hearns, Roberto Duran, Sugar Ray Leonard, um, Roy Jones, and Floyd Mayweather.
Damn, you cheating, Jesus. And who would be the opponents for the day?
Floyd Mayweather versus Tank Davis. Sugar
Damn.
Ray Leonard versus Jerron Boots Ennis. Roberto Duran versus um, Roberto Duran versus Shakur Stevenson.
Damn.
Tommy Hitman Hearns versus Bud Crawford, and Roy Jones versus Canelo Alvarez.
Ay, caramba. Sheesh. Hey, you trying to have somebody pay $100 pay-per-view? Might be 105 with tax. I ain't
But
never streamed nothing, but I might have to stream that.
oh no, that right there, I guarantee if that was a card, I guarantee you that joint do 20 million pay-per-view buys.
I guarantee you, somebody gonna miss paying half of their rent.
No, you got all of those fighters fighting against each other. No, that's gonna be by far the biggest pay-per-view
That would
of
be.
all
That
time.
would be. That would be. Listen, listen, man. You throw a fight party, you definitely gonna have to up the charge.
That would be the biggest. That would be the biggest pay-per-view of all time.
You would have to up the charge on people. Like, yeah, sorry, y'all. This ain't your average fight. And you talking about. So, who would be the main event?
Ooh.
That's the question. Who's the main event now?
It would have to be between Sugar Ray versus Jerron, Floyd versus Tank, and Roy versus Canelo. It would have to be one of those three. I don't know which one. It probably would end up being Tank and Floyd. It probably would end up being Tank and Floyd.
Now what weight? What weight is Roy and Canelo fighting at?
They fighting at 35. That's Pretty Boy Floyd versus Tank Davis.
Yeah, but what? So what? No, but what weight would Roy and Canelo
Oh,
fight at?
they could fight at 68. Floyd fought at 68.
Damn, but you talking about a Roy that was beating the shit out of people at 68.
Roy fought from 60 all the way to heavyweight, so he could fight at 68. Canelo could stay right
Yeah,
where he at.
Floyd was mean at that. Yeah, I don't know if Canelo could take that, man. I don't know. I don't know if
Canelo,
Canelo could take that because
I
Roy
don't
would
I
hit
don't
you.
know
You
I
can't
don't
even
know
see where it's coming from.
I don't know anybody that could beat Roy when he was in his prime. Even Arthur. I don't think Arthur beats Roy. And I like Arthur. I don't think Arthur beats
Oh
Roy.
yeah,
I think Roy's too fast. He's and he got power. I don't Arthur
you
would
know,
have to catch Roy. If he doesn't catch Roy, Roy's gonna outbox him and possibly stop him.
yeah, and Roy did a good job of making you look stupid too.
Yeah,
D Hall, what's up, man?
yeah.
Y'all go subscribe to my brother D
Hey,
Hall.
I mean, I wouldn't put Andre Ward in there with Roy Jones because I think Andre Ward gets destroyed by Roy Jones.
You know what? I got to get
And
him too. We got to get
Andre
him.
Ward he's not fighting right now, so I had to pick somebody that was fighting right now. Andre Ward would have been one of those fighters from the past. I would have loved to see Andre Ward versus Canelo. I think that's a hell of a fight. I think Andre Ward beats
What?
Canelo, but that's a hell of a
I
fight.
think, yeah, yeah. It definitely probably would have been.
But I was
D
I
Hall,
was
the
thinking
pizza
I
show.
was
What up,
thinking
D
that
Hall?
I was thinking the top fighters from the past versus the top fighters now.
Yeah,
Right now, Shakur, Tank, Jerron, Canelo, Bud. Those are the top fighters right now.
yeah. Uh, did you see that post that Mac post?
Who?
Mac, did you see what he posted
No, I didn't.
about I guess they made it I don't not mandatory, but they ordered
Oh
uh
yeah, I saw that. Yeah,
B- Bud against yeah.
I saw
I
that.
said
It's a
I'm like
mandatory.
so what happened? What I'm trying to figure out is what happened with Brother Spence.
No, what could happen? What could happen? It could be a couple of things. They could go ahead and take the fight, but Bud is the mandatory, so Bud would have to take the mandatory split. Bud would have to
Okay.
take the mandatory split. If Bud don't want to take the mandatory, they could say Sebastian Fendor, you could drop the belt. We still got the Earl Spence fight, which is you're gonna make just as much money with Earl Spence or more money with Earl Spence than you would fighting Bud.
What's the if you're a part of his team or if you're his advisor, what advice are you giving Sebastian?
We telling Sebastian, let's go to the table and see what they talking. If they talking some ridiculous number, drop the belt. We still got Earl right here waiting to fight you. He's only dropping one belt. He got the WBC. He's only
Do you
dropping the
think that's a
WBO.
do you in my opinion, and people always like to make fun of Sebastian's vision, but I always still say that's a tall order and that's still a risky fight. How do you think either one, Spence or Crawford, both would do against Sebastian? Because it's still a risk, no matter what people want to say about him.
Um, I think both of them have a high chance of beating him. The only question is how is Spence now? The question is how is Spence now?
Yeah, we haven't seen him in a year.
I think Bud can beat Sebastian, but from what I've seen from Bud the last fight, I think Sebastian can beat Bud. Now, it could be the ring rust, it could be his age, It could be the weight, but whatever it was, Bud didn't look like the Bud that we used to seeing. So I saw opportunities where Sebastian can beat him. I saw opportunities where Tim Zoo can beat him. I saw opportunities where Jamel Charlo can beat him. So
Yeah.
I don't know what it was in that fight, and it could very well just been the opponent. It could have been just the opponent. I don't know. We have to see what he looked like in his next fight. But I could see Sebastian beating both of them. I could see both of them beating Sebastian.
Yeah. 'Cause when I sit and think about it, when I saw that Spence was coming and talking about, I said, "Damn, Spence, you just came from a ass whipping last summer, and I mean, I respect what you're doing, but you don't like taking tune-ups. But at some point, you are going to have to get a warm up at some point because you're not as young as you used to be. These guys are getting at that age where, it's almost retirement time. When you start getting to 35, 36, 37, it's time for you to slow it down just a bit. And Sebastian is the younger one. I think, 20, what is Sebastian? 25, 26? So, he's still young and he's still in his prime. And it's like, woo, MP, what up? So when I saw that, I text Bo, like, Bo, is this real?
Fit,
And he's like, yeah. I said, Bo, you really? He's like, yeah, yep, this is real.
fit.
I'm like, oh shit. I'm like, this is crazy. I can't wait to see it happen. And we'll hopefully later on we'll hear more about that. So good morning, everybody. Welcome. Throwback Thursday. We are talking about the legend Marco Antonio Barrera. We were just getting into other things, but yeah, every Thursday we do this, and we were talking about Marco Antonio Barrera and how dangerous he was, and how um, the level of opponents that he took on, and how people today will get a run for their money if they had to see him. Um, but somebody like Tank and Barrera, I definitely want to see. I would have wanted to see that. Anyway, Bam Rodriguez. I mean, there's a shit. Do you realize, Free? There's a shitload of fighters that Barrera could have picked. A busload.
Yeah, I still think I think Monster gets stopped by Barrera. I don't think Monster have enough in his tank to beat Barrera.
My problem is I get worried about fighters when they have to go over there and fight him on his land. I don't know what it is. I get worried.
Yeah, I know what it is. It's the goddamn drugs. That's what it is. It's the goddamn drugs.
You know what I'm saying? I get worried because I'm like, I don't give a damn how much you call him a monster. Ain't that much monster in the world. And then you ever notice when he beats you, he puts you in that same spot? Like it seemed like everybody gets stopped in the corner, or they get knocked out in the corner. I'm like, what is this with the corner shit, B? Like, it's crazy.
Yeah.
You ain't fight in some time more than a year. You must take a tune-up. Yeah. I like Spence. I'm not knocking him. My brother Douglas. What up, D? Good morning, my good brother. Hey, this is the guy right here. You see this man right here? And this is no cap, right? And I don't want people to think I'm capping for him. I watched this brother come up in the amateurs, and it's been an honor, a pleasure to attend all his fights. And he's pro now. He's out of Connecticut. When you and Free get a chance, I mean, you and Free. When you and BBO get a chance, this brother right here, he's on Instagram. Look him up.
Send me his info.
He's going pro now. He's pro already. But please follow this dude, man. This dude is first of all, as an amateur, he was disrespectful. And he actually has a pro fight coming up December 7th, and out in Connecticut, I believe. And I'm gonna talk to the missus about it. We're gonna get out there, not try to make it, but we're gonna do what we can to go support our brother. I'll definitely send you his info. And Douglas, I gotta get you over here too, but I'm not a selfish person, so I definitely wanna put other platforms onto you and get you and Melvin, get a lot of my brothers over here, because that's what we do over here. We spread love. But yeah, I think yeah, but him and Inoue though, I don't know, because I'm trying to picture that fight in my head, and I picture Marco doing pretty good, and then it's always that time where it seemed like the juice kicks in for Monster, and he just changes the whole fight. Something goes wrong. And it's like, oh well.
Yeah,
We thought the other guy was gonna.
yeah.
I mean,
I don't like. I haven't seen outside of the fight that he had with uh 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 uh, uh Nonito Donaire. Outside of that
yeah,
first fight with Nonito Donaire, I haven't really
yeah.
seen Monster in any fights where he had to dig down deep and pull it out. That first fight with Nonito, yeah, it was a battle. But outside of that, he really hasn't been in any battles like that.
No. And that's the thing. And I think they're gonna continue to call him, this monster and make it seem like he's unbeatable and nobody wants to fight him. I believe there's people that do want to fight him. It's just we know what comes with that. Is it worth the risk? I could take getting my ass whooped fair and square. What I can't take is dealing with somebody and I think they're juicing.
Yeah,
That's what I can't take. I can take a good old ass whooping. I could take that. But a lot of these guys have been accused of that. So we don't just make it look like it's him. We have had a busload of guys who have been accused of that. Some of our favorite fighters, free. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Some of our favorite fighters that we didn't think that was doing anything, and then when we found out they were cheating, we were like, "What? Like, are you kidding me? Not you, bro." And the thing I hate about this whole cheating thing, it now your mind starts to travel, right? Because you start to think, okay, and what if he won? Now I'm starting to think about the other fights he had. It was questionable. You got what I sent you, free?
Yeah, I got it. I got it.
Okay, yeah. That's my brother right there, man. I gotta call him too, so I can make sure what date is that fight. I mean, not date. I gotta make sure the tickets and all that. I watched him versus Fulton, and I thought he looked good, but there's still a question on them hand wraps too. Yeah. Well, you know what? Hey, MP, you just gave me something to talk about too, man.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna get too much. You gave me something to talk about. I'm gonna start making something about some hand wraps. We're gonna
No,
start talking.
the hand wraps like in his country, the hand wraps, the way they do the hand wraps is legal. In our country, it's illegal. Like the the tape can't be on the skin. You can't have the tape on the skin because the reason why you can't have the tape on the skin because when that tape gets wet, it gets hard like a cast, and it turns that hand wrap into a cast. That's why you can't have the tape on the skin. You have to have gauze under that tape, and then you wrap the tape around the gauze. But if you don't have that gauze under that tape, when your hands start to sweat, that tape gets hard like a cast and it gives you a harder punch.
Who did that? Who did that?
Monster,
What?
Monster wrapped his hands.
No, Monster
They
did
put
that,
the
but did
tape.
who? But who else did that? Didn't somebody else get caught doing that?
It was the dude that beat Miguel Cotto,
Kodo. Yeah. Antonio.
Antonio,
Margarita. Didn't he get? He
Margarita.
get.
Yep.
That's how. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. But ain't that a messed up way of doing that? Like, bro, you ain't got to do all that. Just whoop me fair and square. Why you got to do all that? See, when guys do that, then they don't have no confidence that they can beat you.
yeah, yeah. That's and see, in his country, it's legal to do it that way. That's why he likes fighting over there because it gives him that extra power on his punches. But over here, you have to put that gauze under your hand. I mean, under that tape. You wrap your hand in gauze first, and then you wrap the tape around that gauze. You can't just do tape right on the skin.
Yeah. Yeah. It's and people don't realize that you can kill somebody, man. Cotto said his punch felt like a bat. Yeah, man.
Yeah,
You hit somebody with a bat, you can kill him.
Because if you remember, if you go back and rewatch that fight, Miguel Cotto was whooping
He was
Antonio
tearing his
Margarito.
ass up.
He was
And
whooping him. But when it got to the later rounds, Miguel was like, his punches is getting harder. Them joints is getting harder. And if
was
you
that
look
from I wonder, was that from it just he needed time for it to get like pause. He needed time for it to get hard.
yeah,
Like
yeah. His hands started sweating, and it started to form a cast. And once it got hard, that's why in the later rounds he hit Miguel Cotto with that punch, and it instantly caused his ear to bleed. Miguel was bleeding from his ear because
yeah, I remember that.
punch. Miguel Cotto, he didn't have not one cut on his body that entire fight. It was not one cut, but he was bleeding from everywhere. But it didn't look like a punch. It looked like he got hit with a blunt object. It didn't look like he got punched, because when you get punched, you bruise and then you get cut. He didn't bruise and get cut. He just started bleeding.
My thing was this. They had the audacity to do it twice. But God rest his soul, what was Bernard Hopkins' trainer? Hakeem Riches, if I'm saying it right, caught his ass.
Oh, no. It wasn't him. It was Shane Mosley.
Yeah, I know, but he was training Shane Mosley.
Oh, yeah. They caught him.
So you had the audacity to try to go do that twice, but your ass got caught? I think it was something where he was probably curious, like, wait a minute, this happened in this Cotto fight. Let me just go back here and, you know what I'm saying? And my thing was, who was, like, everybody's supposed to be in the back of the dressing room when that's going on. Nobody saw that?
If you think about it, Shane Mosley trainer caught him, but Shane Mosley had already beat him. Shane Mosley beat him. It was after the fight when his
it wasn't before the fight. It was after. See, I never knew it was after the fight.
Yeah, it was after Shane Mosley had already beat him, and his trainer went over there and shook his hand. And when his trainer shook his hand, he felt the wrap. He was like, "Hold up!" And he grabbed his hand. He was like, "Wait, what the fuck is this?" And that's when they checked his hand wrap. And they saw that joint was like a cast. It was after the fight.
Wouldn't he be smart to tell him to cut it off before he got there? They cut the shit off.
To cut it. See what they're supposed to do? They're supposed to cut it off and give it to the commissioner. They're supposed to cut the wraps off, and when you cut the wraps off, the commissioner, you give those wraps to the commissioner. They never cut it off. He stood right there.
Well,
and
either way you look at it, but either way you look at it, he was in trouble. They knew they couldn't cut it off and give it to him, but at the same time, it's like, was they plan was to walk out the ring with the wraps on your hand? You know you gotta, even in amateur boxing, you gotta take your shit off.
Yes.
Oh man, that was, you know what? When he beat Cotto, man, I ain't gonna hold you. Cotto looked like he got jumped by 10 people.
Yeah, you saw what happened in that second fight. Cotto whooped him like he stole something.
Well, I think he was already a damaged man because he was already damaged goods, because I think just before the rematch, I think Pacquiao got to him. And that's when he had the eye situation. Pacquiao tore his ass up, which I didn't see that coming because Pacquiao had just moved up in weight. So I was like, yeah, Pacquiao ain't gonna just beat this dude. He's another questionable one. And he went up there and tore he took a knee. Like, yeah. Oh, well, MP, listen, he had to. As you see, when he went back to that corner, he didn't want them to stop the fight, but he knew they was going to stop the fight because he couldn't see out of that eye. But I like when Cotto went to him after the fight and went in his corner and stood there and looked at him. And I felt like Cotto should have got the rematch sooner. They gave Cotto the rematch 3 years later. When Cotto and Margarita fought, they fought July of 2008. When Cotto got his rematch, it was December of 2011. You know what I'm saying? I felt like he should have got that sooner. But it's okay. It's okay. Better late than never, right? But it makes you kind of wonder, man, what is going through the minds of these suckers, and I call them suckers. I don't care, I don't like to call fighters bums and none of that, but when you do stuff like that, you're a sucker. They had a round table sit down, and Kodo told him his face he was a cheater. Oh yeah, and then he tried to sit there and go back and forth with Kodo and tell Kodo he didn't cheat, like, or he tried to make it seem like, so what? Prove it, beat me. I beat you once and I beat you again. No, you had help. You had help beating them. Those hand wraps was the game changer.
Hold the knife like this. Hold it like this.
You ain't gonna
It's
make it
better
seem like
control.
you just went in there. You ain't
Hold it
gonna go
back
in
here.
there and make it
It's
seem like you
too
just
loose.
whoop
Too
Kodo.
much weight
You
back
didn't
here.
just whoop him.
Hold it like
You
this.
cheated. You cheated to win. He make it seem like he just went in there and destroyed Kodo. No, you didn't, bruh. I would have gave you more props and more respect if you'd have went in there and just beat him. You didn't do that.
Yeah.
So he was whacked for that on his end.
Yep.
That was
Yep.
real whack. That was just whack, and it was lame, man. I didn't like that, but it's just sad when these guys don't have enough confidence to get in there and go, I can beat you fair and square.
I mean, that's what happened when you build these fighters up to be something that they really not. When you build these fighters up to be something that they not, they gotta hold up that image. And
Oh
so
yeah, because yeah, when you build them up now, hey, the public believes uh they believe this, so hmm, I'm gonna make it look like I'm this when I'm really not.
right, right. Instead of just letting the fighter build himself up on his own merit.
And that's what these and that's why some of these fans they got to chill out. Y'all be doing that, y'all. You know what I'm saying? Y'all be hyping these dudes up, and some of these dudes have so much pressure on them. Man, the fans are depending on me to beat this guy, but deep down inside, I can't beat this guy. But I already opened my big mouth, and this is another reason that free fighters need to stay off social media because they read what the fans are saying to them. They get super emotional about it, super upset. Or these people that I can't beat this guy. People are saying this. People are saying that, and
I
they
mean,
go for
whether
the
whether
win.
whether whether the fans saying it or not, you go in there and you prove them wrong.
Yeah,
You
but that
you
my problem
change.
is they get a super emotional. If they would keep their ass off of Twitter, they get super emotional when they hear fans say something. Oh, you think I can't do this and can't do that? And deep down inside, they be like, man, shit, maybe
what
they
what
right.
what they have to realize is people are always going to have their own opinion. You
Yes,
have
they
to
are.
go out there and change that opinion that they have of you. Once you go out there and you prove them wrong, you change the opinion that they have of you.
I mean,
So
people got opinion on how we. People might have an opinion on how we do our uh to do what we do, as far as our podcast. But dude, that means you know what I'm saying? I change up and be something I'm not because of what people got to say. No, man, you go out there and you continue on doing what you're doing because rather if you do a good job or a bad job, somebody's going to have something to say.
yeah, I mean they always gonna have
Sometimes,
something to say.
sometimes people say stuff to just throw you off your game to see if it works. Well, the No Dog
Everybody
Zone
know.
podcast is a trash podcast. He doesn't know what he's talking about, and they hoping that I see that and it works, and then I just go away. But it don't work like that.
No, I mean I'm like Floyd. You can hate me, you can love me, but you gonna pay to see me.
Yeah, yeah, that's a fact. So and if you're that emotional, if you're that super emotional, then maybe you should stay off social media. Y'all think
Dion can win tonight.
who?
Who they playing against North Dakota State?
Oh, you talking about
Yeah,
college?
I got Colorado beating them. I got Colorado beating them by a field goal.
Oh damn. What time that starts?
That's tonight. It's probably gonna be like 8
I'm gonna
o'clock,
start.
between
Yo, I
7
ain't
and
gonna
8.
hold you. I haven't done it because I don't know how to do it. But I sure, boy, I'm about to start finding some way to make some extra money. I'm gonna start getting involved in this betting.
No, it's easy. Like he said, plus 280. So that means if you bet on that team that's plus 280, say you bet $100 and that team
Yeah.
win, you win $280.
Okay. I
If
think
you if
Colorado
you
might get smashed tonight. Well,
so that
yeah.
that that means you'll get 380 because you put up $100, so you'll get 380 back. If the
Okay.
team if the team is negative, if the team is negative, that means you put up $100, you ain't gonna win too much of anything because they are favored to win. You have to place multiple bets in order to win some decent amount of money back when the team is favored. The more bets you make, like if you got a bunch of favorites, if you got 5 favorites, if you bet on all those favorites, you'll win more money than you would just betting on one favorite because you got to get all of them right. You got to get
Okay.
all of them right. If you go to T's channel, you will see how to bet because we do it all the time on T's channel. That's what we do over there on T channel. We be placing bets. I so we just won. We just won the other day. We placed a bet and we all cashed out early, but we all came up. We all like I bet $5 and I walked away with like 150. T bet I think T bet $5. He walked away with like 340 or 440. And Jizzle, he bet $5. He walked away with 200. But if
Okay.
we would have won, oh, we would have been sitting on some money right now. But the team ended up started giving away the game, so we cashed out before they lost. So you can cash out early before they lose.
Okay. I gotta start looking into that. Definitely gonna start looking into that. Because I remember I was trying to get involved in that before and it didn't work out for me. That was only because it was me. I was doing some other shit, so but it's all right. I tend to get distracted when I'm supposed to be doing
Yeah, if the
something.
odds is plus 1,000, you bet $10, you'll win $100.
Cool. Cool deal. I'm going definitely
That's the same thing like on fighting, just like boxing. If you
that's
believe
what I'm gonna
somebody
start
else
doing
is
right
gonna
there, boxing.
Yeah, if you believe somebody's going to win and they're a big underdog and you believe that they're going to win, if you place a bet on them and they win, you win money. Like the people that bet on Ryan Garcia to win against Devin Haney, they walked away with some nice money because Devin Haney was a favorite. I believe he was a big favorite.
Yeah. I didn't bet on that.
Especially when it went to the card, because a lot of people thought the only way that Ryan was going to win was by knockout. The odds of Ryan winning on the card, I think was like plus 1,200 or something like that. Might have been more than that.
Okay. Yeah, I
The
gotta get
bad thing
into
about it
that.
is you won money, but then they found out he was juicing. Vegas don't get that money back. Once they pay it out, they don't get it back.
Oh well, that's they lost.
Yeah, they paid
Hey, I
it
want
out.
my money. Hey, I don't have nothing to do with any what these fighters do. My job is to make a bet.
But see, that's another thing too. That's another thing with somebody like that, and they get caught juicing, and Vegas lose a lot of money on them. The next time it's time for them to fight in Vegas, they're
Oh, that's a
going to charge.
dub.
They're going to charge that promoter. They're going to charge that promoter some money to fight in Vegas because they lost money on that fight, and that man was juicing.
You lucky they want you back because I wouldn't even want you back. Because once I lose money, I don't want you back. Forget charging you more. That's just me. If I'm up like me, if I'm running stuff, I don't even want you back. Because cheating is, I just can't have that, man. You know what I mean? You can kill a man. That's my whole thing. You can kill a man. And even if you don't kill him instantly, you can kill him slowly. So, you know what I'm saying? I didn't think about that part though, what you just said about I didn't know they do that. They charge the promoter more.
They can, like, if he was fighting, say he was getting he got one of the arenas in Vegas, and Vegas had a heavy favorite against him. He was the underdog. Like, say he was like a 20-1 underdog,
Yeah.
and he end up winning. Vegas got to
Yeah.
pay that money out, and then they turn around and find out that he was cheating to win. Vegas just lost all that money on a guy that cheated. So the next time he come to Vegas, they're gonna be like, man, we gotta charge these dudes more.
Yeah.
We're not giving him the arena for what we normally would give it to him for.
Yeah.
Man.
What we got going on? Yeah, we got Quee going on tonight. Yeah, I got to get up out of here. I got the doctor's appointment I got to attend to, man. Another one. I had Tiff yesterday. I got me today. We got to go do what I do. You know, go take care of ourselves, make sure everything is Gucci. Brother Free, I will get up with you later on tonight. Let me get ready to get out of here. Everybody.
Hold up for a minute, Clarence. Come here.
Yeah. Come here. I appreciate everybody joining me today too. This is. Hey, Big Dream.
He said, "What's up, Dream?"
Hey, buddy. Hey, man, I miss you, man. I didn't get to tell you bye when you left New York, man. You gonna come back? You gonna come back to New York to see me?
He said, "You coming back to New York to see him?" He said, "Yeah."
All right then, man. That's what I'm talking about. He tired. All right, buddy. I love you, man. Be good, man.
Yeah, he just woke up.
I could tell he just waking up. Yeah, peace, MP. Let me get up out of here, man. Free. I'm gonna get up with you later, man.
All right, that's about.
All right.
All right.